10 common and costly negotiation mistakes that can sink your success, part 2. If you're watching this for the first time, follow the link to watch part 1 and the first 5 mistakes. All right, so when negotiators get mediocre results, sometimes they or their boss blames the economy, the weather, the other company, when the real problem is no one took the negotiation process seriously enough to really prepare for it. Some people take a stab at it, but they don't really sit down and have a strategic plan. They don't know what their roadmap strategy is going to be, and they don't know what their situational strategy is for important web meetings or even in-person meetings. So let's look at the last 5 of the 10 most common mistakes. Number 6, this time will be like last time. Well, this one's really tricky because we've seen a lot of change in the last couple of years, haven't we? The supply chain has changed, the environment has changed, people have retired, new people are moving in that are younger and have a very different world experience. This time is not going to be like the last time. The last time was difficult, this time could be much easier. If the last time was a lot easier, this time could be far more difficult. Whatever you do, go in with a clean slate and prepare for this negotiation. Don't live in the past. 7, people blame the economy. Listen, I've been doing this for 20 years, teaching, negotiating for 30. It's always the economy. How could the economy always be the problem for 30 years, right? There are always challenges. We have to play with the cards that we are dealt. And preparation and understanding strategy, data, goals, your target price, all of these things will help you counter an economy that you think is challenging to work within. I've seen both suppliers and customers get very creative and maintain value and profitability even in difficult economic times. All right, this one, number 8, is specific to complex contracts. Hope that their counterpart will ignore performance problems in renegotiations. Listen, I said counterpart, not customer, not supplier, because I have seen it all. I have seen customers be the ones with the performance problems. I have seen suppliers be the one with performance problems. I've seen the whole, everyone's to blame. Okay, but here's the thing. You've got to do a lessons learned at the end of a contract cycle before going into a new contract cycle. You just have to. You have to understand how this situation with any performance problems can be addressed in a new statement of work, a new master services agreement, new governance structure, different metrics, etc. We've got to address the situation head on. Sometimes we're not willing to do it when we're the ones that caused the original performance problem. 9, we miss out on win-win opportunities. There are some real sharks out there, and I saw a couple of them on stage recently at a trade show and conference. They love to brag about how they're getting this, that, and the other thing, and they're making all these demands, and their team is doing this, that, and the other thing. I don't even know if I believe them anymore, because I've heard the same thing for 20 years. Basically, here's the bottom line. If your suppliers suffer, you suffer. That's just all there is to it. So you've got to be able to look for a win-win solution. If you drive your suppliers too hard, they will take you down. And if you guys get super cocky, you will drive your customers to award work to the non-incumbent the next round of RFPs. Look for the win-win opportunity. It's so much better to maintain a relationship than it is to try to win new work. All right, and 10, we've been kind of talking about it all along. You failed to plan. That's just all there is to it. You just don't do it. You go in, you wing it, you think you're hot stuff. You're not hot enough for the supply chain environment. You've got to think about things and plan things out. But then don't go into analysis paralysis either. I'm not talking about taking hours to plan. Sometimes it's 15 minutes before an important call. The thing of it is we're firefighting. So we all think about all the fires we have to put out. Think about the fires in terms of if you don't have to fight them in the first place because you did right by planning for the upcoming negotiations. It's hard at first. You've got to plan and fight fires, but eventually you'll get to a place where you're fighting fewer fires and you've got more time to plan and get ahead of the curve. I promise you, I've done it for a long time as a trainer and as a coach. So, not surprisingly, managers and senior leaders focus on the results, but they don't necessarily know what skills are required to get those results. Reach out to me. I'd be delighted to work with you, and I offer both turnkey and some customized negotiation skills training programs.